PR professionals, marketers, and communications pros are getting more acclimated to looking at data like Google Analytics. They are still a long way off, generally speaking, for doing analysis of large data sets. Is this a skill set that you see becoming more important to these professionals, or will it give rise to a new profession within the communicators ranks, the data specialist with communication skills, rather than a communication specialist with data skills? This is a tough question because it really depends on who you have working for you. I just spent 5 years at a public relations firm, and one of the mandates was to help try and train PR professionals to become data-driven. And it is uneven because not everyone has an aptitude for mathematics, for data science, and not everyone needs to. It's not some minimum level of fluency in being able to look at a chart and know what it says. Clearly, that's important, and I think there's a baseline level of training that everybody should have. But I think there's a greater role for a data scientist or a machine learning specialist or someone of those aptitudes to learn communications and to then be able to work with communicators to elevate their own reporting. It's not as easy to take a communicator and turn them into a data scientist. It can be done. When I was at my old company, the PR agency, 3 of the 9 people who were on my team at the time came from the ranks of communicators. They had the attitude. They wanted to learn this stuff, and they had the aptitude. They were comfortable being uncomfortable, comfortable dealing with uncertainty, comfortable with branching out into a new realm. Now, 3 out of 140 people who were so into it that they made the switch to a different profession seems about the right number, right? It seems to be around 1 in 50 people might be able to be cultivated, but you also need to have the expertise and the mentorship and the education in place in order to help people make that jump. Without that being present, people can't do that. They will almost certainly not be able to do it themselves. I mean, you'll get maybe 1 out of 1,000 people who will be self-motivated enough to make that jump with no internal assistance, only seeking outside resources. That said, I don't see communications firms investing tons of money into data scientists, because data scientists are not cheap. Some of the leading data scientists cost $2 or $3 or $400,000 a year, and that's a lot of money for an industry with relatively thin margins to pony up and get. So what will more likely happen is that the tools for doing data science well will get better and will get easier to use and will be more automated, so that those communicators can get better results faster with less effort. IBM Watson Analytics would be an example of one of those business user tools where the business user is getting into data science a little bit easier without having to learn the code per se.